Quality, quality, quality. Where are all the quality people? Well, this is the topic we're going to talk about today. And I want to dive into this concept of quality. What is quality all about? First off, I'm going to be honest, I can't stand the term quality. With respects to people, I'm sorry, this conversation so drives me nuts hearing the term where to meet quality men or where to meet quality people and whatnot, because to differentiate people right off the bat creates separation, as if some people are better than others. And frankly, until you walk a mile in one person's shoes or 1,000 people's shoes or 7 billion shoes, there's no way to judge the quality of another human being. So I just want to say, what would be best if we maybe tweak it to say the right person for me. Where can I meet the right person for me? And and the topic of this conversation is why women can't and won't meet quality men online. And it's just a pun right now that I'm talking about quality. But I do want to talk about online dating specifically and why it's turned sideways. Online dating has turned sideways. It has become increasingly harder to meet people that you're aligned with. And it's for one simple reason, which has nothing to do with the internet itself. Actually, the concept of online dating has some huge merit. The problem is garbage in is garbage out. And sadly, the effort by both men and women putting themselves out there is absolutely pathetic. It is pathetic, from the quality of the photographs that they choose, to the essays they write, to just the effort filling in all the boxes. And what shocks me, especially since I coach women, so what shocks me is women tend to be the holders of the relationship. They tend to be the ones that hold the torch for the idea of relationship, and they tend to be the ones who want it more than men. And I'm just generalizing here, but that tends to be the case. So you would think that women would put better effort into their profiles, and yet sadly, it's almost not just pathetic, it's apathetic. It's mediocre, the amount of effort they put in. So then they wonder, why aren't they meeting quality men? And for you guys out there, I got to tell you, the effort you put in there is for shit. And I think sadly, it's because the real deeper reason is fear and ego. Fear and ego. Fear is, if I put garbage in and if I get rejected, that's okay, because you started with garbage. And I mean, on some psychological diabolical, subconscious thinking going on, is if I put out crap, it's okay that I get rejected, whether you're a guy or I get rejected by a girl, because there's an inner fear going on. Or worse, and this is what cracks me up the most, the ones who actually think they put together good profiles, and they really stand by their effort, and yet they're wearing sunglasses, there's shadows, there's fuzzy pictures, there's the selfie. Let me do that again, selfie. This is what it looks like, a selfie. It looks like shit. You want a photograph where you're further away, where you can see the person. I'm sorry, this selfie look makes your nose elongated and makes you look like crap. And I could go on and on and on. Wow, I got kind of charged up there. So what I really want to get at is, if it's ego or fear, what's missing with dating today is love and compassion. Wait, let that sink in for a second. Love and compassion for both yourself and potentially the other person that you might be connecting with. Imagine if you approach the process with a heck of a lot more compassion. Your results might be a lot different. Think about it. Start with compassion for yourself. Start for love with yourself. Go, you know what? I want to put a stellar profile out there. I want my profile to shine. I want someone to go, wow. Let me repeat that. You want someone to go, wow. That's the kind of profile, if you genuinely want to be in a relationship, should look like. Someone should be swiping and go, oh my God, I want to meet person. Now, it might be looks at first, so put together a quality photograph. And then when you have whatever your essay says, you want your essay to pop. So someone says, wow. Because let's think about this out in the real world. It's the same thing. What gets the attention out in the real world is you've come across as a wow. I mean, yeah, there's pheromones and other things that might be in the works in real life. And there is no doubt that meeting in people in real life is a heck of a lot better than the virtual world. And yet, interesting enough, 50% of all new almost 50% of all new relationships for people over 45 are happening through an online connection. So yes, it does work, but believe me, for every one that works, there's a dozen that doesn't work out. Just those odds are good in the context of all those people that actually aren't succeeding. Noodle on that for a bit. So really, if you want to have a different experience, then I suggest coming from a place of compassion for yourself and coming from a place of compassion for others. That's going to shift your perspective 1,000%. And when you shift that perspective, you're going to have much better results. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this approach, approaching the process with a lot more compassion. So be on the lookout for it. But the reason why you can't or won't meet quality people, it's because most people are apathetic. They're putting themselves out there. And the ones that don't put themselves out there aren't putting much effort into it anyway. It is purely based on effort. And yes, there's the expression of broken clock is right twice a day. Yes, people will find themselves out in the real world and people will find themselves on dating sites. But if you really want to see a change, then start from within. Change that narrative, that script within, and that says, I'm going to put in quality effort by starting with compassion and love for myself, and then radiate that out there because it's going to start coming back to you more and more and more and more. Wrap yourself in a blanket of self-love, and that will change your experience 1,000%. I promise you. And if you want to learn how to do that, then reach out to me. Ask me how. That's what I'm here for. All right. I hope you get the gist of what I'm talking about. If you found value in this conversation, please post a comment below. Let's get a conversation going. If you think I'm nuts, smack me upside the face and say it. I'm not going to listen because, you know, I don't want to get all shriveled up and scared because someone doesn't like me. That's my own shit. But you get the gist of that, and we'll talk about that as well. As always, I hope you found value, as I said before, and I'd like to leave you with the way I always leave my videos, with a big, gigantic Jonathan Bear hug, if I have your consent. Wishing you a super duper wonderful day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye now.